Friday afternoon and we're loading up today. I'm going to run you through another really important bit of kit that you have to have in your four-wheel drive, and that's a recovery kit. Now, we've been running the Tjm Large Recovery Kit for as long as I can possibly remember. The reason for it, one pack, it's got everything that you need in there that'll get you out of trouble. It comes in this big heavy duty bag. This kit here, I would say, is probably a year or so old. I have some kits upstairs that are going back 4 or 5 years, but this is the most complete one that I could find, so this is the one I'm going to run you through today. Got a big pocket in the front. The first thing that Tjm give you in a recovery kit is a hat, because you've got to be sun smart, right? So if you're going to be recovering, you're going to be outside of your vehicle, you don't want to get your little nose burnt. Pair of gloves, pretty important bit of kit. Now, if you're running on your winches, if you're running steel cable, these are even more important. Now, I typically don't run steel cable on my winches. All of the gear that's inside of this kit is all made out of materials. There's no chains or anything like that, but that's an important bit of gear as well. You've got these handy little pockets. You get with the Tjm kit, you get two 19mm bow shackles, and they're actually rated to 4 ton. Usually, generally speaking, I'll keep another two or 4, so I'll carry a total of 6 shackles inside of my kit. We're always recovering big heavy vehicles as well, and that's the reason why we go a little bit overboard. Inside here is the really important stuff. Winch recovery blanket. Guys, if you've been onto YouTube and you've seen the videos of what happens when something lets go during a big recovery, you'll know just how important these are. The whole point of the recovery blanket is you put it obviously over your winch rope or over your snatch strap. And what happens is, let's say something lets go, you got this shackle with the force of 2, 4, 6, 8 tons getting released when something breaks. That becomes the biggest bullet that you will ever see. And like I said, if you've watched some of those YouTube videos of what happens when somebody gets hit by one of these, it's not a pretty sight. The whole point of the blanket is something lets go, all of that energy gets transferred into the blanket. Once it hits the blanket, it's like a dead stop. So it won't continue past that point. It'll fall straight to the ground. You'll hear some stories from people that use synthetic winch rope, that a winch blanket is not required. To me, I think that's absolute garbage. Now, this is a pretty popular product. You'll notice with all of the Tjm, you know what? I'm gonna put that bag on the floor so you get a good look, and I'll bring them out one by one. So, all of the gear is bright coloured, fluoro coloured, and there's a good reason for that. Obviously, when you're in the mud, you can find your gear, you leave it on the side of the track. It's easy to locate. The snatch strap is probably the most common, I suppose, strap that everybody will have. If you don't have a winch in your car, you don't have a big tow rope, snatch strap is really important. I'll run you through a couple of the features of this. High tensile webbing. This one here is rated to 11 tons. So obviously, keep an eye out, whatever vehicle that you're driving, make sure you know what the load is. If you've got a caravan on the back or a big trailer, make sure that you've got the gear that's rated to the correct rating for your recovery gear. You've got these nylon loops as well, so they'll protect when you're running over the top of a bull bar or something like that, you're not going to scratch your car. And you've got reinforced eyelets at the end, because that's obviously where most of the load is going to be. So how does a snatch strap actually work? Now, I'm not a scientist, but I'll give it to you in my terms on what I actually know. It's like a big rubber band. What it does is it actually will increase the snatch strap. Once it's got the strain put on it, it's got the correct amount of tonnage put on it, it will increase in size by up to about 20%. And what that does is builds up kinetic energy inside of the strap. It'll get to a point where it can't stretch anymore, and the only thing that strap's going to want to do is want to retract itself. And when it starts to retract, it'll put an excessive load on the vehicle that's been recovered and pop it straight out of that situation. You need to be a little bit heavy-footed with the snatch strap. I've watched a lot of people over the years try and use a snatch strap like a tow rope, and unfortunately it just doesn't work. The harder you are with the snatch strap, the more kinetic energy that you're going to build up, and the quicker you're going to recover or pop the car out of that situation. So that's the snatch strap. Worth noting, these ones here are about 9 meters long. I find in most situations that works really well. Next one is this big purple one. Now, this is just an extension strap. This one here is rated at 6 tons. Basically, all of the same features of the snatch strap, the way that it's put together, but this is your tow strap or extension strap. So you can run this off another strap or a tree trunk protector if you don't have the length in your winch, or if you're doing a recovery, once you've used a snatch strap, you've got someone out of that situation. If you need to tow them back somewhere, you hook this one up, use the purple one, no elasticity in it, you've got a lot more control. Okay, so I'll put that one to the side because I'll show you how the tree trunk protector works. So tree trunk protector is exactly that. Now you can use this as a short recovery strap. This one here is rated to 10 tons. You can use this as a really short recovery strap, you know, again, just for towing or pulling someone out. The whole purpose of this one is you wrap it around the tree, you hook together here, you can put a shackle straight through onto your winch or onto a winch extension strap and then back into your winch, okay? So that's a really handy bit of gear. You'll use that one a lot. Now the last item that's in the large recovery kit is a 8-ton snatch block, and I'll give you a quick run through how the snatch block works. The snatch block is not actually designed to be used directly with the recovery straps. This is designed to be used with the winch. We'll go over to the 79 and I'll run you through how this works. So what the snatch block effectively does, it's like a gear reduction, and I mean, some people call them doubler blocks, because what it does is it doubles the power of your winch. Now, if I connect just in this situation, if I connect straight back onto this recovery point, and then I'll put the snatch block, you open these up in between here, put the snatch block in between, then you generally go from the snatch block, you would go a shackle to your tree trunk protector, would go through here, would go through here, always come out half a turn on your shackles so you don't lock them up. So you can see in this sort of situation here, I'll bring that back in a little bit. So that's your general sort of snatch block recovery. And effectively, like I said, that will double the power of your winch if you get into a situation where you've got that excessive load. But guys, make sure obviously when you're doing that sort of recovery, your tree trunk protector, your shackles are all rated above the weight of your vehicle, and that'll get you out of trouble 9 times out of 10. So there you have it, guys. I've run through another really essential bit of gear, the Tjm Large Recovery Kit. It'll get you out of most recovery situations. Make sure you get down to your local TJM and check them out. We're going to finish loading up and we're out of here.